Hello everyone and welcome back to Statsman Runs. So today is going to be a recap of my Great North Run training. It's 1 week to go until I'll be taking part in the world's biggest half marathon, and I think they said 60,000 people taking part. So I took part in the Great North Run originally in 2021 for charity for Hull and East Yorkshire Mind. This was a rollover from the 2020 event, and really I was completely unprepared. I hadn't really trained too much. I think most I've done is probably like 5k or something ridiculous like that, because I was only really told that I would even have a place about a month before, and I'd completely gone out of running by that point. COVID really kind of knocked my running backwards, so it was a real slog. Again, the crowds were amazing and the experience was great, but I wasn't happy with what I'd done. I hadn't kind of trained properly. I hadn't got what I thought I could get out of it. So this year I went into the ballot and I got in. Really, what I want to talk about today is what went well, what didn't go so well. So what better place to start than with what went well? So again, I didn't get this plan from anywhere. I kind of created it myself. I'm quite injury prone, so I didn't want to kind of take anything that would, I guess, accelerate too quickly with what I wanted. So the plan really was taking it back to basics. So a club run on a Tuesday, park run on a Saturday, obviously, and then a long run on the Sunday. And essentially that's what I've done, and I've achieved all three of those things consistently. So I've got that consistency running 3 times a week. I would have liked to do more, which we'll come on to in the what went not so well, but yeah, 3 runs minimum a week has been ticked off, and the mileage has been gradually increased. So for the long run, probably a bit differently to a lot of people's plans. At the very beginning, I didn't look to completing a particular mileage, so I actually went off time. So I'll flash up the plan that I kind of drew up, which essentially was starting off with an hour of running and then adding 10 minutes on top each week, and I did that quite consistently. So again, the 25th of May, 1 hour, the 28th, 1 hour 10, 1 hour 20, 1 hour 30, 1 hour 40, and then I took a consolidation week, moving up to 1 hour 50, 2 hours 1 minute, and this is where it started to almost rounding it up to where it made sense. 2 hours 12, again a consolidation week to 1 hour 8 minutes, 2:24, 2:41, and then again dropping down, which was my most recent long run, down to 2 hours or 10 miles. And the long runs have just been perfect, really. I was so nervous of the long run, and I think because I built it up gradually, it really went really well. So yeah, that is probably the thing that I'm the most proud of as part of this training block. Getting up to kind of 12 miles, relatively okay. Again, sometimes I had to reduce my mileage during the week, but I always managed to complete a long run throughout my training block. I think that's really been a bit of a game changer in my running. The second thing I think that has gone really well is my fueling. So I've actually stumbled across these from a Facebook advert. So the Active Root gel, the kind of gel mixers. So again, you just make them to your own consistency that you like, and each kind of gel pack. They say it can hold three gels. Personally, I only put 2 in per kind of pouch, because that makes slightly more runny consistency, which I prefer. And yeah, that has gone really well. I've been taking on kind of serving, I guess you could say, of this taking on a serving every 30 minutes during my runs, which I've not had any GI problems, even though I've had up to 5 of these on my longest run, and I was perfectly fine. And I am normally quite sensitive, so I would recommend anyone that has a bit of a sensitive stomach just to try these. They do sample packs to see if you get on with them as well. I think the other thing that's gone really well is the shoes. So I'm a big supporter of Ultra shoes, and again, I've stuck with Ultra shoes throughout, but I did change my shoe I think, was it just before my training, or maybe almost midway through? So I actually went for the Via Olympus, which is kind of their max cushion shoe, and yeah, I've really enjoyed running in these, and I've actually bought a new pair, but I can't decide whether I'm going to take them or not as the new ones, or just use the ones that I've run in. If anyone's got any advice on that, let me know. I know they said don't try anything new before race day. And then for any kind of speed work or anything faster, I've been using the Vanish Carbon, the Ultras, which actually has a carbon plate, but only on the front of the foot here. It's like a half carbon plate. So yeah, shoes have gone really well. In terms of other things that have gone well, I think the recovery. So got this massage gun, Pulsio massage gun. That's really helped, I think, with around recovery from some of my long runs. And I combine kind of the massage gun with this Better You body spray magnesium joint spray, and again it's got like menthol in it, and I find it quite cooling and soothing for after runs and before runs as well, so I use that kind of twice a day. So those are the things that have gone well. In terms of things that have not gone so well, I think my plan originally had speed work in it every Thursday. Sometimes, I was relatively good at doing that at the start, but I think I've just got less and less regimented on it. And yeah, I think speed work for anything going forward, I would definitely try and make that a focus of any future plans. And in terms of the other thing that I could think of for improvement, it really would be looking at strength and conditioning as well. It's not been something that I have focused on a great deal. I did at the start again, but as I kind of got going, I have neglected that area, so I think that's a definite area for improvement. But yeah, overall, it's been a really great block. Talk a little bit about my mileage as well, so my overall mileage. So when I started in April, my plan, I did in the month 42 miles, and I don't actually run this, not included on this. I actually did 68 miles in August. So yeah, not like huge mileage, but for me, it's been quite a significant increase in my mileage. In terms of parkrun times, again, because I do parkruns regularly, at the start of this block, I was averaging around 38 minutes. I think I did do a 34, I believe, kind of third week in. But towards the end of the block, I actually went sub 30 minutes in for the first time in a long time. So again, I can only attribute that to the long runs and the consistency that I've built throughout. I think. Am I confident? I've done the miles. How do I feel? I've done the miles. Do I feel nervous? Absolutely. I think the fact that I have put in the miles and the fact that I have done the training kind of puts more pressure on me. What are my targets? So I am aiming to knock 45 minutes off my time that I did in 2021, essentially untrained. Do I think that's achievable? It will be a stretch. I would like that, but I'm not gonna. My main aim is that I really want to enjoy it and feel really strong throughout the run. So if I don't get it, I'm not going to be heartbroken. Kind of my other goal is to look at ideally sub 245, which I have got a spreadsheet. So sub 245 would be 12-13 minute mile pace, which is 7:47 minutes a kilometre. Again, to get that half hour off my previous GNR time, I would be looking at 11:30 minute miles or 7:08 kilometres, and I think that might just be a stretch too far. Again, I see everything. It all depends on what it's like on the day, but I'm just looking to enjoy it. I'm looking to do what I do on the long run, which is build into the run. I find that works really well for me, and it feels like I have kind of a little bit left over in the bag if I just build into the run slowly. So my strategy is start off slow, don't get carried away, easier said than done, I know, and then look to build. And I know a lot of the hills are in the first half of the race, but really excited. Want to right some wrongs, I guess, from 2021, and it is the nicer course. The elevation gain is nowhere near what it was in 2021, and I have a fueling strategy. I have trained, so no, I am really looking forward to it, and I am confident. I don't want to say it too loud, but I am confident. My most recent long run, my 10 miles that I did, felt good, and I didn't feel too tired afterwards, and that was average pace of 12:18. So again, that would have got me my time that I'm looking for, my kind of B goal, not my A goal, because my A goal is quite a bit faster than that. But again, if I break that long run down, I'll put it on screen. You can see that I did that build, and I got faster and faster and faster towards the end, and that is kind of what I want to do on half marathon day. So I will keep you up to date. I will be looking to film at Great North Run, as long as it's not chucking it down with rain, which would, I quite like the rain when it's raining, but it wouldn't be much good for filming. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we have a dry, cool, overcast day, which has got some good race conditions. So if you enjoyed this video, or if you want to see what happens at Great North Run, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in a week at Great North Run.